I want to do a little demo of the multifunction display from Maximo Technologies. So the demo unit has a pre-installed firmware, demo firmware, that just fakes a bunch of different data points. So it's not actually connected to anything other than power. But just imagine that the data comes from the CAN bus, from all the different PGNs. So their product has default PGNs that are standard J1939 for diesel engines. So a lot of data you will see is engine related. And the custom unit that we're going to work with them on would be translated into the RVC PGNs, so it's going to have all the battery data. So anyway, just keep that in mind. So there's a boot up splash screen which will say Lithionics battery, and it'll have Li3 logo on it. And then, as you saw, there's a yellow and red LED on the front panel. And right now it's just cycling through different items, but I can also speed that up. Now, in this mode, you have a single value per display, but there's also a mode for a dual value per display, which is the same as ours. So there's going to be a horizontal, two data points horizontally, just like in our display, and there'll be more squeezed. We're going to lose some of the labels, so that's the part of the graphical interface work that I'm working with them on. But again, just so you see the idea is you have all kinds of various data points, and you can have numeric and graphical, or a combination of the two where applicable. So I think graphical is only going to be for like state of charge. I don't know, maybe temperature, we'll have to see. But mostly they'll be just numeric. And the LEDs are also driven by certain thresholds. So for some of the values we can set thresholds where the yellow LED comes on and then the red LED comes on. So for example, we can preset like at like 30% SOC yellow LED comes on, and at 10% SOC red LED comes on, something like that. These are all the things we have to figure out what we want to do. But yeah, the screen is pretty bright. The backlight will be controlled also, so when it's inactive it's going to turn off. The display is actually quite larger than ours, so this is like 3 3/4 overall bezel, and I think the cutout hole is like 3 3/4 or something like that. So larger than our display. Like their entire LCD is much bigger than our LCD, so it's like an 1.5 by like 1 1/8. But yeah, it's a very well made unit. It's all completely sealed. They have 2 connectors in the back. We're only going to use 4 pins, so power and CAN bus. We're not going to use anything else. They have some analog inputs, but we don't need any of that. And so again, there's some settings where people can select certain parameters, like people can select which signals they can use. They can adjust contrast, backlight. It's still to be determined which one of these are going to work with our unit. Like some of the languages, I don't think we need that, so we'll just keep English. So just want to minimize the amount of work we need to do with these guys, because there's going to be a significant NRE attached. So we just want to be careful not to blow these things out of proportion for the initial release. But like signals, for example, there'll be a preset of all the RVC PGNs, and then customers may choose to turn some of them on, turn some of them off, and then sort them in certain ways, sorting signals. So that's, I mean, that's kind of like a simple preview for now. There's a lot of work to be done in the software, but the hardware is really nice. It's all fully sealed. There's a membrane just like we have on our unit. I wish there was a way to show LEDs, but in this demo there's a mode, there's a dual mode. So in the dual mode, they have some LEDs coming up with some warnings. But their dual mode out of the box is vertical, and I don't like that. I want them to go horizontal, just like we have on our display. Because the vertical is too difficult to print large numbers, then you have to decrease the font size. And there's no actual scrolling here. So yeah, I don't like their dual mode. The single mode is better. But in our implementation, I'm pushing for is the same as our display, where you have horizontal 2 lines of data, and you'll be able to scroll through them. Another good thing is that we're going to be supporting multiple batteries. So there's going to be, because it's coming from CAN bus, and RVC supports multi-battery system, like with Newmar, for example, you can actually have a single display for multiple BMSs combined. And then you can pick like voltage from battery 1, voltage from battery 2, things like that. So those are going to be possibilities. So anyway, I don't want to make the too long video, but just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. Oh, and it's going to say, so as part of this work, it's going to say Lithionics battery instead of Maxima Technology, and it'll have the little picture of Li3 inside the battery, just like we have on our display. So it will be branded with Lithionics battery, both on display at the boot up and on the actual bezel.